Hey guys, it's Greg here, and welcome to Cupid, a visual novel. And I haven't done a visual novel in a long while, so I just thought, why not do one again? And let's just jump right into this one. I love you. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. There's no need to explain. It's only natural. A mother loves her daughter more than anything else in the world. He hates you, doesn't he? The whole lot of them despise you, don't they? Chasing you into the forest and gouging a hole in your leg. All because you smiled at their husbands. You know what? Deserve it. Okay, that's... You freak, what? You disgusting, horrible, filthy little girl. Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? You never listen. Serves you right for being a little slut you are. Holy shit, this is going off way different than I expected. I thought it was a dating sim or something. But you don't have to worry, my darling. It's alright. Even if the whole world wishes you dead, I promise you this. Your mother will always be by your side. What the shit is this? My goodness, child, whatever has happened to you? Ah. A girl was slumped in the doorway, soaked by the rain. Her legs were covered in dirt and blood. She lifted her head upon hearing the priest's voice and stared at him with blank eyes. Bless me, Father. I have sinned. I'm not sure if I can joke about this because this is horrible. My God, this is fucked up. She hobbled forwards, her bloodied leg giving way. Automatically, the priest rushes forward to steady her. Years of spiritual training had prepared him for the most unexpected guests to his church. Sprung into action. He ushered her to a pew, brought out some clean cloth and antiseptic, and began to bandage the wound on her leg. Yet throughout all this, he found that he couldn't take his eyes off her. He would be gazing at the roll of bandages in his hand, deciding how to tie them. And then out of nowhere, he would be staring into her eyes. Even with all the mud and grime smeared across her face, he couldn't deny that she was absolutely beautiful. How old was she? 20? 18? 16? Her face was so young. The priest had long since aged past his desire for the opposite sex, but somehow something about her enraptured him. When he realized his own thoughts, he quickly steered his mind towards other matters. My child, what happened to you? She seemed to take all the time in the world before responding. He looked at me. He looked at me and he touched me. And then he started to kiss me. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the thing I always do with visual novels. I always use accents, so don't judge me if you're new to this, okay? At first, the priest didn't understand. Then he realized with a jolt of anger what she meant. It was happening more and more often nowadays. The young men of France these days were spirited, uncontrollable ruffians. A lady walking home by herself one night would be prey to a few numbers of them. Lust. One of the 7 deadly sins, the one that priests personally despise the most. Pouring his brow in sorrow, the priest laid a hand on her thigh. You are safe now, child. God's house is a sanctuary for the faithful. I don't think he'll protect me. He looked at her in confusion. You see, Father, I have sinned again. Right among the pews before the altar of God, she bowed her head. Her hair hid her face and her eyes, and the priest couldn't make neither head nor tail of her. He suddenly realized that his hand was still on her thigh, and he hurriedly drew it away. She repeated this phrase over and over. After a while, the priest got up. "Don't fret, child. You are not to blame. I will contact the local constable, but in the meantime, you are free to make yourself at home here. I will fetch you a hot drink." Damn, dude, this is really intense. I'm just curious at what age this is. Is it like the Middle Ages or something? He patted her hand and led to go to the back room. She remained seated on the pew, her head bent forward. As the priest's footsteps faded away, the entire church fell into silence. Haven't you learned your lesson, idiots? I fear for your safety. The mother was pretty dual, you know. I think the mother is schizophrenic, but maybe the child is schizophrenic, that she's hearing voices in her head. So she also hears nice voices of her mother, and naughty voices like saying, "Oh, you're an idiot, you're worth nothing." But I'm just going with, "I fear for your safety. Child, follow mother's words and leave." You saw the look in his eyes, didn't you? You can't stay here. Even a man of God can stain you with the filthiest colors. Be a good girl and follow mother's words. Cold outside, mother. The rain has not let up. Can't I stay? Oh, what should we do? Should we let her stay with the priest or not? Like, I know the priest was also kind of getting funky with her, but, you know, he has self-control. And, you know, she was being chased by other guys as far as I know. So I'm pretty sure it would be safer for her to stay there for a while. I suppose you can. Must be wary of everyone in this church, do you understand? You're so weak, my darling. You give my heart so much pain. I'm sorry, mother. I will try my best to stay out of trouble. How am I going to mind you like this? You attract so much misfortune everywhere you go. This is all your fault or my poor child? This is so... I don't know. This is difficult. Like, this is a visual novel. I've never seen one like this before. This is your fault or my poor child? I want my poor child. I just want to be nicer. She looks like she has had a lot of shit go through, you know? My stupid little girl. Always a blight, aren't you? Whatever will you do without me? I'm sorry, mother. Thank you for always guiding me. It's all my fault. The girl sat in silence. Mother was right after all. She was always right. Everything was her fault. Her fist shook with a mixture of fear and conviction. She had to do penance. In front of her was the altar, and on top of the altar there was an ornately decorated cross. It was as wide as her head, and the tip of the cross has been crafted such that it was razor sharp. She left the pew, knelt briefly, and then walked over to the altar. You're quite sure you're doing this? Girl's arm trembled ever so slightly. What other way was there for me to atone? Oh shit, I forgot her voice. Sorry! She picked up the cross. No. Oh, my darling daughter. No, she's not gonna do what I think she's gonna do, right? Mother is proud of you. Slowly, she brought the sharp end closer to her face. No! Don't do that! So close that it hovered just above her left eye. No! No! Then she... No! You stupid cow! Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, maybe share. You can also subscribe. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, this is Greg signing out. I really love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye! want to know what's up with the mother. God damn it!